Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing today, Joel?
Doing all right. Getting that tooth taken care of on Saturday, so I'm on the meds, taking care of the infection. So I'll be without booze for the next little bit. Very unfortunate. But hanging in there. Silver life is boring life. But yeah, at least my mind is clear. Been working on some college basketball stuff. Been watching a bit of that. I got a really bad beat. Apparently everyone was on fucking Iowa State on Monday. I bet a few bucks on Iowa State plus 130 or something. And then they had the 3-point lead, 2 seconds left. Zona had the ball. They fired a half-court shot. Not even a half-court. It was well before a half-court. And then, of course, fucking goes in. The whole place goes wild, and then they stomp Iowa State in overtime. So, yeah, that was my only bet of the season so far in college basketball. So that's a good way to start the year for me. But, starting some research on that. So in that respect, being sober is good for getting work done, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. I'm surprised to hear it so early, but I guess it makes sense. It's a shame your tooth pain couldn't line up with Lent, and you'd be okay. You'd have a reason to stay sober there. But yeah, college basketball, the DraftKings has been offering some boosts. I've been doing a little bit here and there. I think I'm profitable so far, but they've been good. And I mean, for you, tennis, you kind of had a mixed bag there with Sabalenka going down and then Sinner coming through. Straight sets, right? I think Sinner was.
Sabalenka wasn't huge. Yeah, I parlayed her with a bunch of stuff, but I never had a nut right on her. So that was whatever. Madison Keys, good for her. Massive underdog. But Sinner was massive. I mean, this guy just keeps printing money for me. That's his third major win. And yeah, he owns the Aussie Open. Never was in doubt. I think the only set he lost was the very first set of the tournament to a random Aussie guy I've never heard of. Jannik Sinner is the man. And he looks like an unstoppable force right now. He just needs to stay healthy. And it'll be him and Alcaraz for a long time to come, with Djokovic pretty much going out. And I don't think he can go the whole gamut. He can't run the whole gauntlet of a major with all the 5 sets and whatever. So that's unfortunate. But of course, he is the GOAT, and you can look back on his career with the ultimate reverence. But yeah, it's Sinner and Alcaraz's world going forward in terms of male tennis.
Yeah, Djokovic needs like one of those like virtual things to come around, like Tiger's doing for golf there. Do you care? Do you care about golf this weekend, Pebble Beach, or do you start with the Phoenix Open in a few weeks?
I'll probably be paying attention. I'm in one and done with listener of the program, Gorgon. I put in who did I put in? Jason Day. I think he always kills it at the Pebble Beach. I think one of my few outright winners was Justin Rose at this tournament last year. Might have been 2 years ago. Anyway, good memories of this course. Very fun tournament. Very scenic there in California. So looking forward to watching that on the weekend.
Yeah, man, we got a weekend off of football before the Super Bowl. With the Go Birds there, rematch should be a good game against the Chiefs. And SGPN's running a free Squares pool for the Super Bowl, $1,000 winner take all for the final score square. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares to sign up today. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares. Speaking of squares, our puck buck bets over the weekend did not do too well. I went 3-6, down 97. You went 5-6, just down 9 though. You were very responsible with your puck buck bets there.
You should be more responsible. You're fucking almost down half your bankroll there.
I know. It's been bad for me. And my big one, you warned us. The Capitals, they went into Vancouver. I think Quinn Hughes had 2 goals and like a 2-1 win or something. So that was one of my losses. Hit the under in that game. Preds puck line. I don't even think they won. I forget who they got
stomped by the Ducks. Or no, it's one bad team.
Ducks. Yeah, that was Ducks 5-2 there. Florida, San Jose over 6.5. No sweat there. Florida got 7 themselves. Carolina could not cover the puck line. No, I don't think they even won. They lost in overtime to the Islanders on Saturday. Stars Blues under 5.5. That was an easy 2-0 win for the Stars. Leafs -115 could not get it done against Ottawa there. Edmonton puck line, I think they beat the Sabres 3-2. And then the Avs -130. I mean, Boston showed up in that one despite only having 15 shots.
Swayman showed up in that one. I had Colorado as well, but I also had the under in that one, so that was nice. pretty low event game. Sabres Oilers under 6.5. Fairly comfortable win there. I don't think that was really close. Like it was low scoring for half the game, I think, and then there were a few goals. Got a little bit sweaty when the
I want to interrupt you here with this Oilers game because I remember now. Draisaitl had the empty net inside the blue line. I had puck line. When the Oilers were up 3-2 late, I was watching the game. I was like, all right, let me put in a live next goal scorer, Leon Draisaitl. I see him get the puck.
Oh yeah,
that
too.
Yeah, I see him go down the ice. I'm like, all right, here we go, and hits the fucking post from like the top of the circle. Just
wow.
And that's how the rest of my day went.
We had 2 horrific beats then. Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't have the puck line in there. Just the under, so I was sweating the Sabres tying goal with the goalie pulled. Yeah. Fortunately, that did not happen. Pittsburgh, they were dogs to the
Kraken.
I should have pulled it up. The Kraken, right? The Blue Jackets plus 142. They won outright against the. Was it the?
It was the Kings. It was that Marchenko goal in overtime.
Yeah, so that was nice. I didn't see any of that game because why would I? Well, Lightning Red Wings. This is a pretty sweat-free win there, under 5.5. That was not a 2-0 game. I'm pretty sure. Carolina puck line. You mentioned that. Yeah, I did warn us about Washington, but I bet them anyway. It's just the Canucks. They show up in random spots, and Quinn Hughes is the man. Lankinen, he's back. So yeah, that's why that game went under, as well as the Capitals losing the game. And yeah, you mentioned puck line for the Nashville Predators. Oh, this was a nice, easy win there. One of my favorite bets. Panthers, Sharks, over 6.5. I think it was 7-2 final, but they went over in like early on in the second period. And then the Capitals. Wait, didn't that game go under? Washington Canucks under 5.5.
Did go under. There we go. You were 6-5, up 28.
All
there.
Right,
there you go. All right,
let's go. All right, we're slowly crawling away back to the black. Back in black. Yeah, so let's keep going.
All right, then. Let's get right into this. How many games we got tomorrow? I should have checked. 10 game slate here on Thursday, January 30th. Kicking us off here at 7 p.m. We got the Chicago Blackhawks plus 350 at the Carolina Hurricanes minus 455. Hurricanes puck line is minus 162. Under 6.5, minus 130. Over 6.5, plus 110 here. Chicago coming off a big win in Tampa Bay down there, 4-1. Connor Bedard scored a sick goal. I saw it. I didn't see the goal. I saw some alert for it. Hurricanes
looking like below the goal line. It's like how do we fit in? It was like Draisaitl times 2.
Yeah, Draisaitl can hit the fucking goal from behind the net. Yeah, I mean, Canes, they lost in overtime on Saturday, but then dominated the Rangers last night, 4-0 win there. Frederik Andersen has been great since coming back. He's been good for them there in net, so hopefully they can stay healthy with Rantanen and Hall, and they're not going to be done yet with the trade deadline. So this is a game where I don't know if I can lay minus 162 on the Canes, but I don't know if the Blackhawks are going to be able to win back-to-back games. So starting off with a pass game is never fun, but if anything, the under 6.5 at a juicy minus 130.
Yeah, been major letdown spot for the Blackhawks after a nice win there in Tampa. It's funny, like all the Western Conference teams won yesterday. So once again, proving that the West is best. But for this one, just like you said, just too juicy there to lay for the Hurricanes. It's got to be priced correctly. I mean, you do expect them to win, obviously, but so does the markets. And minus 162 is just too juicy to lay for a team to win by margin, even against the lowly Blackhawks team, whose offense is slowly starting to come alive, even without Taylor Hall now. Taylor Hall revenge game. I got nothing for this one either. But I'd kind of go the other way with the Blackhawks offense. I think maybe getting a couple goals. The Hurricanes, getting 4 or 5. So over 6.5 at plus 110, if anything, but probably not betting this one either.
Yeah. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Washington Capitals minus 115 at the Ottawa Senators minus 105, under 5.5 minus 122, over 5.5 plus 102. Joel, take this one.
This one I do have a bet in. The Sens are rolling pretty heavy right now. I think they got 6 wins in a row, and they were all back-to-backs, like 3 back-to-backs in a row. But now they got some time off, so we're not worried about the rest anymore. On the other hand, the Capitals are still coming off this long Western road trip, coming back to Ottawa, East Coast here. This is not ideal. Last game of their road trip, too, before getting home to play Winnipeg. So there's a Mlinsky special, by the way. Senators here, minus 105. Quite like that. Great spot for them. Plus, they're playing really well. And the Capitals have become very dependent on their goaltending lately. Both Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren. I think the Flames were the better team last night, but Thompson was very good in that one. So can't rely on that forever. And just bad spot for the Capitals. So give me the Sens here, minus 105. Under 5.5. Yeah, it's juicy here, minus 122. But for a reason, both teams playing excellent defensively. Both teams getting great goaltending. So that makes sense to me. But I would not take the over in this one, that's for sure. The Capitals' offense is totally dried up. And the Senators have been able to show to stop any offense right now. So Sens minus 105 and just a small play, I guess, on the under 5.5.
Yeah, I agree with both of those plays, but I'm going the other way. I love the under 5.5 here. I got it at minus 110. It's now, this is the highest on the board, minus 122. Would not be shocked to see it go down to 5 because these are the two of the best under teams in the league this season. Caps have gone under in 10 straight games, at least. Sens in their past 9 of their past 10, besides that crazy game in the afternoon against Boston, a 6-5 one. So I'm seeing Lindgren is projected here. I'm not sure if the Caps are just going back to their every other game here now that he's healthy again. But yeah, I mean, Caps are an under team. Sens are an under team. So love the under 5.5 here. And yeah, Sens have been turning around a bit. I mentioned the Capitals' underlying metrics last show. They're still, bottom 10 in the league over the past 10 games in terms of expected goals for percentage. So yeah, Sens here as home dogs, minus 105. That's the best line out there. So bigger play on the under, but also do agree with the Sens there. All right, down to 7 p.m. again. Got the Winnipeg Jets minus 130 at the Boston Bruins plus 110. Total is at 5.5 with both the over and the under here at minus 110. I can't get a good read on this Boston team here. I bet against them against the Avalanche over the weekend. I bet on them last night in Buffalo. They came away with a 7-2 loss. I think Thompson and Peterka both had hat tricks in that one. Yeah. Jets now won 4 in a row, including 2 on the road at Colorado to start that, and then at Montreal on Tuesday night 4-1 there. They've won 3 by margin here in a row. So Jets minus 130, 15-9 on the road. Boston is good at home, 16-7-3. So I guess that's why the line is so low, but got to take the Jets here at minus 130.
Well, Bruins look to be playing better, but in terms of the results anyway, but they're still very goalie dependent. Jets, to a lesser extent, obviously, they're going to have the best power play in the league, which has been carrying them. Their 5-5 offense isn't that great, but it doesn't matter when you're scoring at like a 30% clip on the power play. And their special teams are great, very good defensively, so they're really very well rounded, or at least when they're not 5-5. So yeah, and the Bruins very bad 5-5 as well. So it's really just the home split that maybe scares you off the Jets here. But the minus 130, I think, is a cheap price to pay to fade this Bruins team, who are, Swayman's getting used to it, but I don't even know if he's going to start. I think he started the last few games, so maybe Corpusal gets this one against a non-conference opponent, but I don't know what's going on with there. But Jets are nothing here, but under 5.5. I think you get a better line on this than in the Sens Capitals game. I think this one is just as likely to go under. So minus 110 here. I like that quite a bit, even if Corpusал's in net. As long as we get Hellebuck, Comrie's fine and all, but you want the best goalie in the league right now if you want to play an under. So under 5.5, I like that quite a bit as well, with both offenses struggling 5-5, and the Bruins penalty kill is actually really bad too. So that's definitely a matchup advantage for the Jets. So yeah, Jets and especially the under.
Yeah, that's a good look there on the under. Might end up tailing you there. Another good look is Edge Boost. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up today and use the promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.com, edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN, edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And of course, check out MyBookie. MyBookie is your place to bet every sport. MyBookie.ag. Props for every game in the live dealer casino. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN.
And another good look, apparently, is my mustache. According to Catfish Billy, he says, fucking love the mustache, Joel. Yeah, I got a growing beard here. I actually trimmed a little bit today, but I got to shave the whole fucking thing off pretty quickly. It's getting too hairy, man. If somebody starts complimenting my mustache, that's a sign it's got to go.
I mean, Catfish tends to have a decent bit of facial hair himself, I believe. I'm not sure how well kept he is right now, so I have to say there.
Yeah.
All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Minnesota Wild plus 100 at the Montreal Canadiens minus 120. Over 5.5 is minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105. Joel, back to you here.
Well, of course, the Wild are playing tonight in Toronto with Gustafsson confirmed in net, so it'll be Marc-Andre Fleury. And obviously he's not as good as Gustafsson, but he does tend to play pretty well in his home province there. So that's maybe not as big of an advantage as you'd think. The Canadiens haven't been playing as well. We can compliment their underlying numbers. Well, they're back down in well below average in the last 15 games, losing the last 3 in a row. And they're not playing well. Plus, they lost to Caden Gooley to a bad crashing into the boards. He'll have some kind of knee injury. We'll see how long he's out for, but certainly not going to play in this one. And they already have a pretty thin blue line. Although they will get David Reinbacher, their rookie from a couple years ago, promising number 5 overall pick, famously instead of Michkov. So he'll be coming into the lineup pretty quickly, I would imagine. But for this one, I still got to go with the Habs. I mean, the Wild have been holding on, and they lose Kaprizov now for the next 4 or 6 weeks, I think. Something like that. And when he's not in the lineup, the Wild do struggle offensively, especially since Ryan Reeves is no longer with the team. If you remember,
I remember that. That's a deep pull right there.
Yeah. Give me the Habs here. Small play, minus 120. I think they got to get things going. They're still right in the mix there. They're tied with the Red Wings in terms of their point percentage to make the playoffs there. So they're right in the mix. So give me the Habs minus 120 and the total. Minus 125 over 5.5. It's a bit juicy there, but that's the only way I could look. Even without the Kaprizov in the lineup, you do expect the Wild to get a couple on the Canadiens' really shitty defense. So over 5.5 if I had to play a total, but they're really only looking at the Habs money line.
Yeah, I got the Habs money line here, minus 115. So minus 120 is perfectly fine with me. A few straight losses here, but at home, Minnesota on a back-to-back with, should be able to get up for big game in Toronto without Kaprizov. Fleury, emotional game in Montreal, but he's coming off a bad game against Calgary, allowed 5 goals on 34 shots, allowed 1 goal before that, but he's very up and down. Like the Canadiens here, the Wild are 3-5 on the second half of a back-to-back, and the under is 7-1 in Minnesota's back-to-back games. So maybe a look to the under at plus 105 here. Going to dig more into that to see if it's them not scoring or both sides there. I think Canadiens here at home, more rested team, minus 120 against a team without Kaprizov that should be struggling. So Habs minus 120 all the way.
This could be Fleury's last game in Montreal too. Right?
Yeah. I saw a quote from him about it being a little bit emotional already. So we'll try to take that in. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Los Angeles Kings plus 130 at the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 155. Over 5.5 is minus 120. Under 5.5 plus 100 here. We got the Kings on the first half of a back-to-back. I believe it is Kemper in net tonight. So a big save Dave in Tampa tomorrow. I mean, tough back-to-back here with them in Florida, down in Miami, then in Tampa. Two obviously good teams there, but they are 5-2 on back-to-backs this season. Over under 4-3 in those games to the over, but I like the Lightning here, minus 155. Coming off that loss to the Blackhawks, they're not going to take this game lightly, especially after, coming home from that 4-game road trip, lost 3 of those 4 games, went to overtime in their 1 win, came back home, lost 4-1. Kings struggle on the road, 2 straight road losses, 3 straight road losses. 5 of their past 6 games on the road they have lost, and rest advantage, worse goalies here. So grab the Lightning now before this goes up any higher. Minus 155. Staying away from the total.
Right, the total is not really interesting with the back to back there. Those games typically go over, but and like you said, it was a 5-2 to the under, or was it 5-2 for the Kings on back to backs?
I forget. Doesn't matter. One of them was 5-2. One of them was 4-3.
All right, whatever. So stay away from the total is the point. I also like the Lightning here, minus 155. They got to get it going. I mean, they lost their spot in the third place in Atlantic now to the Sens. I know they got some games in hand, but they're dragged right into the playoff race after going 4-5-1 in their last 10 games. So they got to get things going. Tough loss to the Blackhawks. You have to figure that they're going to be up for this one. They've started with the goaltending. They did have Johansson in net for that one, so maybe it's a performance is excused a little bit, but they also could only score twice on the Hawks, so that's also
they only got one. They got one goal. They scored the first one and lost 4-1.
Even more inexcusable. So I got to get the offense going. Riddick knit, that'll help. So Lightning here at home. I quite like them to get the job done, even at a juicy minus 155.
It is 4-3 to the over there in the back to back 4-3. All right, down to 7:30 here. We got the New York Islanders at the Philadelphia Flyers. Both odds here at minus 110. Over 5.5, minus 120. Under 5.5, plus 100 here. It's a back-to-back for the Flyers. They're 1-8 on back-to-backs. Ersson starting tonight. It's Fedotov tomorrow. Islanders are rolling right now, 5 wins in a row, including against the Flyers, Carolina, Colorado here. So I don't know how they're doing it without Dobson, without Pullock. I mean, Sorokin's been great for them. So Islanders minus 110, unfortunately, here. Look to the under 5.5 plus 100, but not too confident in that with Fedotov starting. He's been better. He's allowed 3 goals or fewer in like 4 or 5 straight starts, but I don't see the Flyers getting up more than 2 on Sorokin.
It's a tough one here. If you want the Islanders, let's bet them now, but I might just wait for the better Flyers number tomorrow. The Islanders, they've been winning lately, but I don't think they've been playing that well. Sorokin has been elite. Like he's been dominating much better than he was playing earlier in the season. He's the only reason why they beat the Avalanche the other night. It's I think the Flyers get up for this one. Divisional game and all that. So we'll wait and see where this line goes. Right now, I'm not going to bet anything, but can only look the Flyers' way.
We have a request for pick 'em with both teams at minus 110 here.
That request did not come from me.
Going down to 9 p.m. here, we got the Detroit Red Wings plus 215 at the Edmonton Oilers minus 265. Oilers puck line is plus 100. Under 6.5 at minus 120. Over 6.5 plus 100. Joel, back to you.
Well, this line is pretty high, and the Red Wings have been, regressing back to how they're playing under Derek Lalonde. So there's a reason why this line is so high with the Oilers being the best team in the league. Apparently, only the Flyers still somehow have better expected goals for percentage than them in the last 15 games. I don't know how that works. It's not like the Flyers are playing cupcakes every night. Oilers are right there with them. So Oilers are nothing here. Red Wings, it's a big line though. It's not something I'm very confident in. Red Wings do tend to show up in random spots. The Oilers are just rolling right now, so I can't really fade them at this point. McDavid back in lineup, of course. They're pretty healthy. Draisaitl is absolutely killing it. So the minus 1.5 at even money, I think, would be the way to go. Kind of like the under 6.5. We know about the Red Wings' impotent offense. They rely on their power play way too much, and the Oilers' penalty kill is still pretty good. So, the under 6.5, if anything, or the minus 1.5. But this is not a strong game I'm betting on.
Yeah, I would go with the puck line here for even money. Just looking it up, 5 of the past 6 Red Wings losses have been by at least 2 goals. I mean, they went to overtime against the Flyers on their last road game, but 4-1 in Dallas, 5-1 in Tampa, 6-3 to the Sharks before that, 5-2 to the Leafs, 4-0 to the Blues, 5-1 in Montreal. So when they lose, they tend to lose pretty big on a 3-game winning streak that they do not deserve right now. So going into Edmonton, they just beat Seattle 4-2. Should have had a 4-2 win against Buffalo on Saturday, 6-2 over Vancouver. So puck line there, maybe in Oilers as a parlay piece, Oilers plus McDavid point, because McDavid's going to go off in one of these games back. He had a goal against Seattle. Could see him, doing that again here. But Oilers puck line. As for the total, nothing too strong. I guess a slight look to the under here. All right, down to 9 p.m. again. We have the Anaheim Ducks plus 145 at the Calgary Flames minus 175. Over 5.5 minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105 here. Ducks have been hot. They've won 3 in a row. 5-1, 5-2, 6-4 last night in Seattle there. Calgary now on back-to-back losses after their 3-game winning streak here. Trevor Zegras is now healthy for the Ducks. I think he has a few points in 3 or 4 games since returning from his injury. So, I mean, like, if you look at their lines, they're decent. I mean, they got Strome, Carlson, McTavish, Zegras as their centers there. Zegras playing wing right now, but Troy Terry's been good. Got decent defense. Got great goaltending there with Gibson and Dostal in net here. But it's the Flames at home. It's tough to bet against the Flames at home. But if I had to take anything here, it would be the Ducks plus 145. Maybe the under 5.5 at plus 105 as well. We know Dustin Wolf has been great at home, and the Ducks have good goaltending here. So those would be my 2 looks for this one.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call here. It's just once again a fairly accurate price. And yeah, you said the Ducks been hot and all that, but pretty weak opponents. Flames are step up in class to the Kraken, especially with Grubauer in net. He's been waived, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's claiming him. So I wouldn't read too much in the Ducks right now. Yeah, they have this young talent. They're going to be looking fine down the stretch. Hopefully, as a platform to jump off of next season with the young guys, getting more development. McTavish has been killing. I think he's got 4 goals in the past 3 games, something like that. Yeah, it's. I'm not touching the side here. I kind of like the over 5.5, though. I know Dustin Wolf's been playing well, especially at home. We don't know if he's starting that, though, right? He's not confirmed, so it could always be Dan Vladar. Maybe against the Ducks team. Who do the Flames play on Saturday? That could give us a clue as to who's in net for this one.
Flames play the Red Wings and then at Seattle in a back-to-back there.
Okay, so it probably will be Dustin Wolf with Vladar getting one of those 2 games. All right, so whatever. Give me over 5.5 anyway. Ducks offense has been cooking. I don't think their goaltending has been especially great. I think it was better to start the season. And the Flames offense is it's up and down. It's inconsistent. But at home here, I do think that they'll get it done. Like I said, they were just stoned by Logan Thompson the other day. So maybe some positive regression is coming for them. But again, this is not a game I'm going to be heavily invested in. But if I had to put anything on, it would be the over 5.5.
Yeah, speaking of waivers there, we also saw Brendan Saad get waived, and then they terminated his contract. So look for some team to pick him up. I thought maybe Chicago with his big contract, but he'll probably sign with some sort of contender now. Also, for the Kings, forgot to mention that Drew Doughty is back tonight, and Brent Clark apparently might be the healthy scratch there. So keep an eye on that for the Kings.
Yeah, Chicago's not picking up Brandon Saad. They're just looking to save money with Taylor Hall. That's the only reason I could think of why they would take the 3rd-round pick and retain salary and all that. So they save money there. I don't think they're going to waste it on Brandon Saad.
I could see Saad going to like Boston. He feels like a Boston guy.
Maybe. I think he's just done.
Maybe.
I don't know. He'll get a few more games somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports. Underdog is always making it easier to win with Profit Boost and Gimme Pick'ems, NFL, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NHL, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build you a model for you. Rhythm will help you turn things around in the NFL playoffs with only the big game left. Rhythm's AI-powered predictions for prop bets and game lines will set you up for success in the big game. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, down here at 10 p.m. now, I've got the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 205 at the Vegas Golden Knights minus 250. Knights puck line is at even money, under 6.5 minus 118, over 6.5 minus 102. Joel, take this one.
Well, pretty clear call for me. Give me the Golden Knights minus 1.5, even money. Blue Jackets not a very good road team. Still without Sean Monahan. I saw he had another setback, so he'll be out for a bit. They have a pretty good offense, but the Golden Knights, their offense is that much better, and they have a pretty strong defense. Goaltending hasn't been there lately. Coming off of a tough loss to the Stars, I thought the Knights were the better team in that one. But terrible play in overtime there led to Wyatt Johnston. The second goal of the game there, or was it a hat trick? Yeah, it was a hat trick.
Yeah, it was a hat trick.
Yeah, so Wyatt Johnston, Cowboy, he kills it against the Knights for some reason. I saw that in the playoffs last year. Yeah, I think that this is a good spot for them to bounce back. Blue Jackets will be hanging around Vegas. They'll be a little drunk, with those Russian guys. They like to party. Knights here minus 1.5. Also, the over 6.5. I think this will be a high scoring game. I mentioned about the Golden Knights goaltending being frail. Blue Jackets defense not very good, but their offense does have the ability to match the Golden Knights somewhat. So over 6.5. I do think we see quite a few goals in this one. So yeah, give me a Knights like a 6-3 win, something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much agree with all that. I know Vegas has not been getting the results recently, but looking at their underlying metrics in the past 10 games, they're up there. They're 14th, so first top half of the league. Columbus is in the bottom 3, I believe, only ahead of the Sharks and Blackhawks. We spoke to Columbus's poor road record, 7-14-4. 4-game road trip. They lost 3 of them, including 7-4 in Carolina and 3-1 against the Islanders here. So yeah, Vegas is going to want to bounce back from that loss to the Stars. Getting even money, plus money here on the puck line. Got to take that here. And as for the total, I guess I would look to the over here, but Vegas really has not been scoring more than 4 goals a game this season. So they would need to score more than 4 unless it's a 4-3, and then we lose our puck line here. So just taking the puck line, could see another 4-2 win here. All right, down to the final game on the docket, 10:30 here. We got the San Jose Sharks plus 170 at the Seattle Kraken minus 205. Kraken puck line is plus 124. Under 6.5 at minus 135. Over 6.5 plus 114 here. Sharks coming off a 2-1 home win against the Penguins to break a 6-game losing streak there, I should say. But now back on the road where they're 6-16-5. Seattle is 12-12-3 at home here. They've lost 3 of their past 4, including a home game against the Ducks last time out that led to Grubauer's waving there. So can't trust the Kraken as a big favorite here. Not sure if I can trust the Sharks on the road. So maybe just look to the over 6.5 at plus 114. Sharks have been allowing a lot of goals before that Penguins one. So that's the only potential look I have here.
Well, I got 2 bets for this one. Give me the Sharks plus 170. Like you said, Kraken just shouldn't be this big of a favorite against anybody. They're really bad, but I do expect them to get a few goals, at least on this miserable Sharks defense and awful goaltending. I assume it'll be Fjorgiev in net. So there's 4 goals right off the bat. But yeah, the Sharks, I do think that they'll be able to score themselves. I know we get Joy Decord back in net after Grubauer's pitiful final stand. I guess after not playing for like a month, it seems like, and that's how he plays. Poor guy. Anyway, give me the Sharks here, plus 170. I think that this is just 2 terrible teams. And if 2 terrible teams, just give me the team that's plus 170. That's good, juicy price. So like that, and yeah, I like the over 6.5 quite a bit as well. With both defenses pretty bad, and the Kraken offense is not good, but against the Sharks defense, every offense is good. So over 6.5. Let's see a lot of goals here in this fun final curtain game here at the end of the night. Sharks and the over.
Yeah, I am seeing Askarov is confirmed there for the Sharks. That does give me a little bit more confidence in San Jose there. I just got a push alert here. The Utah Hockey Club has narrowed its names down to 3 names. We got the Utah Hockey Club, the Utah Mammoth, and the Utah Wasatch, which apparently is a mountain range in Utah there. So
the Wasatch.
The Wasatch.
Wasatch. Okay.
Wasatch. Yeah.
Like Sasquatch.
Wasatch. Yeah. It's like it sounds like it should be Sasquatch, but
Sasquatch is home. All right.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
I guess Mammoth. I don't know. It's not good.
Stick with the hockey club at this point. Yeah.
Go back to the Coyotes. Yeah.
I heard Mountaineers. Mountaineers is a good one. I kind of like that one, but
we're not West Virginia.
That's true. Well, whatever. I mean, there's fucking 3 teams in the SEC named the Tigers, so
that's true. There's a Cardinals in every sport. There's a bunch of them all over there. But,
yeah, Mountaineers is cool.
Yeah, Mountaineers would be pretty cool for a hockey team there. Would not hate that, but no. Apparently, fans are going to be voting on it, so we'll see if that actually
it'll be
happens. Or if they have, it'll be hockey club.
Pay a pretty big price.
Yeah,
that'll be their hockey club.
Yeah, and Friedman's been trying to talk it up how that's going to be cool to be the Utah Hockey Club. How some MLS teams are like the football club, or soccer.
Yeah, Thomas Trance likes it too, but whatever. He's not right all the time.
Only with awards, hopefully.
Yes.
Shout out Catfish in the chat here, joining us all episode long. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube as well. Hockey Gambling Podcast. Subscribe on Apple and Spotify too. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. And let's get into these puck buck bets for Thursday here. I'll start us off here. Got Washington, Ottawa, under 5.5, minus 122. I'll put a 40 on that. I think that's pretty good. Winnipeg, minus 130 for 30. Montreal, minus 120 for 30. Kings, minus 155 for 30. Islanders, minus 110 for 30. And then Edmonton puck line and Vegas puck line, both at plus 100 for 25 each.
Give me the Ottawa Senators, minus 105, 20 puck bucks. Give me the Jets Bruins, under 5.5, minus 110, 20 puck bucks. Give me the Lightning, minus 1.5, plus 170, 15 puck bucks. Give me the, not a lot here. Give me here we go. No, Golden Knights, minus 1.5, even money, 20 puck bucks. And over 6.5 in that game, minus 102, 20 puck bucks. And Sharks, plus 170, 15 puck bucks. And the over 6.5 in that game, plus 114, 20 puck bucks.
All right, there you go. That's at the 38-minute mark exactly of the YouTube video. If you want to see them there, if you don't want to have to go back and listen, make sure you also follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN and get in the Discord, I guess, sg.pn/Discord. Seeing a lot of love for the Yetis in the chat here. Apparently, they were denied that due to the Yeti water bottle company or whatever. So I think Yeti was their top choice and many people's top choice, but unfortunately, a little bit too late for that.
Capitalism strikes again.
Yeah, of course. Always. Capitalism wins, always. Rachel, anything else here before we close it out?
Well, we haven't gone over rewards a little bit. I don't really have anything new per se, but what is there? I still think Jack Eichel is value there. I'm seeing 60-1 for the Hart.
Do we think they're just not going to give Kucherov the award ever again? Because he deserves it right now. He has 74 points, 1 less than Draisaitl, 4 less than McKinnon, and I think Braden Point has 50 points, if that, 52 points for Point. So he has 22 more points than second most on his team. Without him, they would be nowhere. 13-1.
I'm not hearing any Kucherov love this year. He got way more love last year and he didn't win. I mean, McKinnon, he's having about the same season this year too. So, yeah, right now, favorite, I guess, would be Draisaitl, but I think he's a very fragile favorite. Let's put it that way with McDavid back in the lineup. And we know how Draisaitl got started when McDavid was out for a few games and just kept it rolling since. But McDavid's going to take away some of his votes, pretty sure. I mean, the real rightful favorite is Quinn Hughes. That guy, not in terms of the awards, the voters rather, but in terms of his actual contributions to the team, the Canucks would be the Kraken right now if Quinn Hughes did not exist. And he's got same amount as I think no Canuck forward has more than 33 points or something like that, and Quinn Hughes is 50 something. It's insane. Anyway, he's having an outstanding year, one of the best seasons the defenseman's ever had, and he's the only reason why the Canucks are where they are. But 18-1, you just don't hear a lot of love for that. But I think there's more value in that than anyone ahead of him. So
would you rather take him for Norris, or do you think Makar? I mean, he's even money plus 130. I'm seeing now for Norris with Makar at plus 190.
Yeah, I still would rather bet Hughes for sure, but they got to make the playoffs. So, I mean, the Canucks are only small favorites to win to make the playoffs. So that's the thing. Like that's a pretty small price there. And if they don't make the playoffs, Avalanche do. Makar, keeps putting up these goals, these crazy highlights. Then he just takes it. So that's a bit more dangerous. But 18-1 there, Quinn Hughes 20-1, whatever. That's far less risky. So that's the way I would look. And of course, Jack Eichel there, crazy numbers. I mean, I don't know why he's not getting enough respect. We'll see what happens. I think the Wyshynski's Awards Watch comes out next Tuesday, so that'll be very telling. I expect Hal Booker gets some love. But yeah, Eichel should be fourth at least.
Yeah. I've said it before too, but Mitch Marner should not be 100-1. He's fourth in scoring in the league. He's not going to get it, but I feel like he should be less than 100-1.
Wait, who's that?
Mitch Marner.
Oh no,
he's not. No, he's not going to get it, but he deserves more credit.
I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of the Avs, though, I love how Nate just fits in with McKinnon. I mean, when it's him, McKinnon, Makar, Taves, and Druin or Lehkonen, whoever's on the line on the ice, they're insane. I was watching some of that third period last night.
I watched almost the whole game against Sounders, and he was. Yeah, there's so much speed at that top line. It's ridiculous, and he was making crazy passes. Like the Avalanche. The first goal, I think, it was the second goal to who was it? Jack Drury, his old teammate. So, yeah, and he was making great passes throughout the game. I mean, he was fumble fucking the puck a lot in the power play. I noticed that was the first time I really saw him. But after that, he was just like dealing and dicing and just like skating up the ice. He's great at transporting the puck. So, yeah, very exciting player to watch. So, hopefully, he's not too much of a downgrade from old Nico.
Yeah. Any other awards you want to touch on? I guess touch on Norris, touch on Hart. Vesna's locked up. Calder. I haven't checked the odds in a while for him.
Minus 150 plus
that's
150.
It? Minus 150?
Well, yeah, I think that might be some value there. But yeah, Lane Hudson had a good stretch. I think he's quieted down lately. Maybe he'll have more of a role now with Caden Gooley out, but I don't know. Caden Gooley's more of a defenseman anyway. But yeah, celebrating there still maybe a little bit of value. But the Meach Cup, I see he's like 35-1.
35-1, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just 2-man race with Celebrini should be a bigger favorite.
Yeah. What's Jack Adams at? We still have Carberry. He's going to run away with it.
Oh yeah,
minus 550 for Carberry. I'm saying That's, is Selke odds up? Let's see Selke odds.
I haven't noticed them actually.
I'm seeing Barkov minus 240, but also plus 120 on MGM. But sometimes this site is not up to date here. So Barkov plus 120, Heishier plus 340. He's out now, so he's not going to get it. Sam Reinhart plus 450.
What's Eichel at?
I don't know what he is on this site. Oh, right there, 125-1.
Oh fuck, that's a bet. That's a bet.
I don't know if that's actually live anywhere. I'm going to have to shop around here, but you think he'll get Selke love?
He got a first place vote in the last awards watch.
Oh, okay, all right. Let me see what.
Everyone always talks about how he's improved his defensive game, and they want to reward him. Maybe he won't win the Hart, but he should get some Selke love. It'll be hard to overtake Barkov, but still, that's a crazy price.
Yeah, let me see if there's any live Selke odds, because there's not at DraftKings. At FanDuel here. Yeah, the FanDuel or unnamed sportsbook. I'm seeing Eichel at 100-1.
Nice. That's
worth a small bet there.
Yeah, I gotta shop around.
Yeah. Speaking of the Knights, though, did you see the Mark Stone hit on Miro Heiskanen? He could be out for a while. Yeah,
I watched a lot of that game too. Yeah, Heiskanen, that's a massive deal for the Stars. Hopefully, he doesn't miss any playoff time. Hopefully, it's not like any kind of ACL or whatever the knee injury is. I'm not good with that. I'm not Dr. Joel. Yeah, it's like Ray Ferraro was going off on him, but he didn't see that he got tripped by the Stars player, and or Stone just rather kept lunging, and it was a split-second decision. I'm not going to blame Stone for too much for that.
No. All right. I mean, yeah. Buy Eichel, buy the Knights. We're big fans of Vegas here, and Carolina's lines look really good, but they're with Rantanen now, but their cup odds are way too short. Plus 650 is their cup odds. Way too short.
Way too short.
All right. Anything else, or should we close it out?
One more thing. I did bet Knights win the Stanley Cup over the New York Rangers at 300-1. So Rangers, they've been playing well lately. They sneak in the playoffs. We've seen them make the deep runs. Maybe they go all the way here, and much I love the Knights. 300-1. That's a crazy long price. So I did add that to my long-term portfolio.
Yeah, I could see Shesterkin, sneaking them in. If they get the Caps in their first round, they could have Shesterkin stonewall them, and Kane's choke always in the playoffs. So not a horrible bet there.
I do have Knights over Caps at 300-1 as well from way early in the season. So
that's good. Do you have any Knights Panthers? Any rematch?
No, I just did exact outcomes, so no finalists. But I think Panthers over Wild was my only Panthers exact matchup. Again, crazy price.
Yeah. Throw dots 300-1. You love it there. I saw someone had a Chiefs over Eagles for that, like 20-1 or something longer than that. That's about they were talking about. So yeah, that's a fun way to bet futures and root on teams there.
Oh yeah.
All right, then. Make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, and YouTube as well. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You can find me once again overdosing on cranberry juice.
See ya.